Hello friends, it's Erin, and I am, well, first of all, things look a little different here on my desk. I had to remove it was like a cork, like mat on my desk that, well, my daughter colored all over it, and it looked already pretty dingy I'm an artist. This is my desk that I paint on all the time. It's not gonna be neat. That's why it looks different. Today I'm going to do both, like set up the week in my Hobonichi Weeks, and then also give a quick little flip through of this. I'm going to set it up first. This is the last week I'm going to be using this one. And so I do want to kind of finish with a bang. The next week, I don't know why I just flipped through all that, is Thanksgiving week, and December starts next Sunday. So I'm going to be in my new Hobonichi Weeks next week. I do like to start when it starts, mostly because I like to fill out the beginning of a planner. I don't care as much about the end of a planner, but also I'm just ready to. This planner, I'll show you later on, but I just fell off using it in the middle of the year, and some other, I'll show you. But there's a good reason why I'm ready to move out of this book. But I still want to, I love it, and I want to finish off well. So I'm going to make this page look pretty. And I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And these are my Patreon printables from this month. I just put them up last week, and I made them really large so that they can be, like, this is good for like the big journals, like A5 and bigger. But I usually will take sheets like this and print them either 2 to a page or 4 to a page. So that's what I did here. Is on clear sticker paper, I printed these 4 to a page. And so I'm going to use some of these. I also like the clear paper in the Hobonichi Weeks better. It's thinner and it blends into the page. I did want to show you like why there's one missing. I used that. Oh yeah, this is another thing I did want to show you. So there's that flower. Can you see that? Yeah. So that came, that was here. Just in case you were wondering. But this is a whole other thing, but I'm going to tell you this because it is relevant to the weeks. I had been using my weeks as my like main planner for work and everything, but I did decide that I needed something bigger than that for work, and I'll go more into it in another video. And I did order a take a note planner for 2025, and I had a take a note planner before. This one is from 2022, and I failed in this planner in 2022. I really didn't use it very much at all. When I was looking back at it, I was like, no wonder it failed, because I really didn't put much effort into it. I thought it was the setup with the week split into 2 parts that threw me off, and that's partially true, but really I think I just had too many planners in 2022. And I think I was just using other planners instead is what happened. So I've been working in this. I don't want to show you too much because it's work stuff, but this is working well for me. And so I just redated everything until the end of the year, because like I said, I gave up on it in 2022. So I had this blank like towards the end of the year planner. I redated everything, and so I'll be using this till the end of the year, and then I have a new one for 2025. So that's exciting. I think it's exciting. I wasn't going to get a big work planner, but I just found that I couldn't put everything in the weeks, and that's just true. And so I had to work around that. So I am going to just use one of these. And I know I want this snail that says slow and steady. And I think I'll put that down there. I think I want in progress. Maybe. I kind of want to just put this big, maybe I'll put this thing. I kind of made this to be a bookmark, and it is large enough to be a bookmark when you print it full size. It's about 8 inches tall. My scissors are so squeaky right now. And my printer is also squeaking. I don't know why everything is squeaking today. All right. So I will show you when I flip through my planner, but the weeks for me is, I've used it for several different things over the years, mostly just like regular planning, like life planning, home planning, a little bit of like some work planning. But I also use it because it is so compact and cute and just a beautiful little book. I like to put my favorite stickers and illustrations and things that I've made that I'm proud of, things that I've bought from places that I just let, like special stickers. A lot of my special stickers will go in the weeks, and the reason for that is because it is really easy to flip through and see things because it is so small and because it is not a huge book. It's just the weeks. It's not daily pages. There aren't like hundreds of pages. Well, there are, you know what I mean. But it just seems like it can be a really great memory keeper. And so I think of that when I'm making my pages. I'm fine with using more special things in here because I know I'll see it again. Whereas in a lot of other books, I'm not sure I'll see it again. I'm not sure I'll look back at that, or at least not very often. But I keep my weeks near me and like the previous years, and I do like check them out and flip through them. If I need, a lot of the time that's where I find my information that I'm looking for. Like if I made like sometimes I'll put recipes in the back, and then I'll mark things in the weeks that I refer to. It's hard to explain because I mean it's life stuff, you know. It's just stuff that I need to remember, or that I want to remember. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm not sure. This, Here's the thing. It is Wednesday, and I have not done this yet. I have not filled anything out. I'm not sure if I want to scoot that over. Maybe I want to scoot it over. I don't usually do this on camera, so bear with me. There's a good reason why I don't usually do this on camera, but we're gonna try it out. This washi tape is new. I just got it from, where did I get it from? I think Nico Neko. That's where I ordered my Take a Note planner from. It's just an MT, like color washi. Okay. good so far. I'll probably put something up here. And then I know I want this snail down here. Do I want maybe some of this? This is old. This is from Bonnie Christine. I don't know if it's available to purchase anymore. I mean, I think I've had this for 5 years, maybe. The problem with using clear sticker paper is that you put things over printed tape. It doesn't show up so well. I kind of want to put a little of this map washi down, which is from London Gifties. I think also years old. All right, let's see how this will look. Alrighty. Okay, I had the idea to use this little in progress sticker. That looks pretty good there. I wonder if this one is too big or if it'll fit. I'm gonna try. I was thinking that because I'm like leaving this book, but it's not the end of the year and there's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of things in progress. And I think that's true, like no matter when you start a planner. I don't think there's anything magical about the new year that makes it like a true fresh start. I mean, it can feel kind of like that, but it's not. I mean, you still have things like carrying on, projects you haven't finished, and just stuff, I don't know, carries on. I kind of like, it's white, which sometimes bothers me, but I think it looks cute with the colors in the background. I'm covering up part of this, but you can't see it very well anyway, so I think that's okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it. That's part of the reason why I made them. I put the map washi, like it's a map, and it's kind of like saying we're still like on the journey here. So I'm leaving this planner, but it's carrying on elsewhere. Like we're still, no. We're still, we're still in progress. That really stuck down. Okay. Let's try that again. This time I need to put it in the right spot. Down here. There, that's better. Okay. I liked having this top part here. I'll show you. Like it says go softly up here, but on the transparent paper, it just blended into the page a lot. So just covered it up. I like the color behind there. So I'll just keep like a list here of things I'm working on this week. Down here, I usually put sometimes like grocery lists. There's some like sometimes work projects, home projects, but I just make notes of things that are like that I'm working on. And then lately, because I've moved into the other take a note planner where I get into the nitty gritty of things, lately I've just been putting notes down every day about things that I actually accomplished, like things that I finished, that I'm proud of, and things that just happen in my family, like, you know, stuff going on with kids, just other stuff. Maybe even I will often put down what we eat if I'm feeling it. It's just stuff like that, things going on at home. And a lot of the time, like I will put stuff down if it's planned, but a lot of the time I also just fill in like what happened throughout the day, and this is enough space for me to do that. It's in like bullet point form. I don't write out sentences. It's just quick notes about things. So I feel like I might want a little something else. A lot of these little cutout stickers are from the freebie that I have for my newsletter, email newsletter, and which you can get by signing up below. There's a sign up if you would, if you'd want to do that. And these smaller ones, like these itty bitty ones, I printed 2 to the page. And then the bigger ones, I think that's the actual size. They're kind of like minis for me. For me, they're mini little illustrations. But let me look at my little sticker book here, and I just thought I don't know, found my tweezers. Okay, this green is a little bit reminiscent of that green. So if I put that over there, over here, kind of carries the eye around, and then I'll put maybe another flower down here. Maybe something gold, if I can find it. There's that. Not very bright though. This is kind of the right color, but I don't want another long, thin thing on that side of the page. This one might do. Stuck. Oh boy. They're a little bit eager sometimes to get stuck on there. Let's see. I think that's good right there. Okay, I'm going to leave this here because I think I might add a couple little things, but I tend to do that. I'll just fiddle with it throughout the week as I write in things. I'll just maybe stick in a little sticker to fill out a space or something. So I think it's fine for right now, and I'll go ahead and flip through the rest of the planner for you. So I started out pretty strong in this, but last year I had I had the idea that I was going to do a lot of tracking. Okay, so the months were not really used, but I started out doing all this like weekly tracking, and I was doing meal planning here, and kind of the same thing that I do now is just like, you know, some daily notes. And I was really, I was doing this tracking for a while, and I realized over time that it was a lot of work. And so this is like Christmas. I kind of don't do much in here at Christmas time, but it was a lot of work to do this. And then I was like, why am I doing it? Like, is it actually helping me? Am I getting better at these tasks? Is it something that I care about tracking? And there are a few things that I care about tracking, and a few things that I care about doing every day. And either I'm good at doing them every day, or I'm not sure tracking them actually helps me do them. I think that other things help me, which is probably a subject for another video. But like setting myself up for success in other ways, like just having things available where I can see them, where I'm triggered to do them, that helps me. This doesn't help me. Like this was way too regimented, way too structured. It's just not my cup of tea. And I see so many other people planning in their neat little planners with their cute little diagrams. And I don't know. I got into it like it was, in the end, it wasn't helpful. I think that was the thing that finally did me in. I was like, this is not actually helping me at all. And so you can see I fell off fairly early in the year. So it's February and I'm barely in here. Now, last year was probably another year that I had too many planners and too many things to write stuff down in. And I had kind of planned on using this for like life planning, just like regular, like everything planning sort of. But really I was into the tracking at the beginning of the year. And so since I stopped doing the tracking, I stopped using the notebook. And to the point where at some point in the summer, I decided that I could just tear out like a couple months worth of pages and try to put them in my plotter, which I got last year, this past year. And it is supposed to fit, and it does technically fit, but then I punched the pages wrong, and then it was just all messed up. And so I ended up just having to throw those pages out, which was fine because I didn't really need to use them anyway. But I even pulled out like some monthly pages. So there's like a chunk missing out of this planner. And then in the fall, in September, I decided I'm going to come back to this. I like the Hobonichi Weeks. It's been the most consistent planner for me over the years, over the last like 4 or 5 years. So I came back to it and I decided that I was going to go back to it the way that I had been using it in previous years before the tracking mess that happened. And which is basically this. I write some things down, I keep some lists on this side, and I make it pretty. And that is great for me because it's a really nice place. It's like this perfect little place where I can, first of all, make it look nice, but also keep the most important things front of mind. So obviously appointments and stuff go in here, but also just like if something happens in the day, I write it down, and then it's a really easy place for me to go back and look at what happened so that if I want to get into it in another journal or planner, if I want to write more about it, I can figure that out because I've already, like, I keep note of it in here. And it's just a note. It's just like, a couple words. But that's enough to trigger my memory, and so I can write about it elsewhere. And then, like I said, I like to use really cute things and make it look special. And these are my printables, so they're my favorite ones. So they go in here, which helps me remember what I've made. And also I get to use it. I lose stuff like this in bigger books. These things get lost in all the pages. So this is when Hurricane Helene happened, and we didn't have power for several days, and I didn't really do anything on this day. On that week. Got back to it. This was a very successful week, but for a while I was trying this as my main planner for basically everything, including all my work tasks, which turns out doesn't work because there's just not enough room. And it's not that I run out of room. I tend to not write things down because there's not a lot of room. And that means that I forget to do things because I didn't write them down because I was afraid of how little space that I had, I was trying to keep space. I do task, like I get things done better if I make very detailed task lists with short tasks that only take like, the least amount of time and not write down the whole project. And I think most people are like that. So if I write down YouTube video, there's a lot of things that go into making a YouTube video. You have to film and edit and make the thumbnail and, all the things. And I need to write each one of those down individually. But a YouTube video is only one thing that I do throughout the week that's not even that big of like a time commitment as far as everything else that I do. So it just fills up way too fast. So instead of doing that, I write down YouTube video, but that gets lost because it's too big of a project to do all at one time. So I hope that makes sense. I really enjoy this planner. I think it just needs to be a planner that I can keep the highlights, I can keep the bigger things and not write, not have it for all the little detailed things. So anyways, we're coming up on where we are. I think either it was this week or this week. It might have been somewhere in here that I decided to move into the take a note and redate it. And so I was moving away from being so detailed, and I'm still trying to track things, but these things, if I track something, these are the things that I want more to track because they're the most important things for me right now. So there we are. And let me show you what I have in the notes pages. It's not much. I did start out the year trying to do an inbox where I would just write down all the things that I needed to do and then put them in the matrix that I don't ever remember what this is called. It's the important, not important, urgent, not urgent, like graph sort of thing that I feel like Eisenhower, is that what it is? The Eisenhower, maybe. This particular layout, as far as like how this is laid out on the page with the list and everything, came from Rachel in Theory on YouTube. And I really enjoy how this looks. Like I forget sometimes that you can turn the page. And this sort of thing, the urgent, not urgent, important, not important, that helps me like think through things. The problem is I don't know if doing this monthly, it wasn't very helpful to me. And I think it's because I had these tasks often written down in the weeks and then maybe somewhere else. And so if I have too many places to write things down, they get lost. But it looks nice, doesn't it? And yeah, it looks really cool. I just don't think it helped me to be any more productive. So I kind of forgot to come back here and look at it a lot of the time. I had space laid out for doing that every month, and of course I didn't do it. And then I always have like recipes back here and just random stuff. Lists of things. I don't really use the notes pages very well. It's not something that I like as far as daily notes and stuff like that. I don't usually use them. So I did have a list. I used one of these lists for books. I'd start to collect all my books on this page that I read this year. And that's it. That's it. So I hope that was helpful or enjoyable. I think that the Hobonichi Weeks is a really great planner. I think I probably will always try to have a reason to use it because I just love it so much. I love the size. I love the layout and the paper and the cream paper and everything about it is just, it makes me so happy. And I love the designs they come out with every year. So anyways, I hope you're well. I hope all your plans for next year's planners and journals are going well, and I will talk to you soon. Okay, bye-bye.